I had a former coach call me yesterday, email me yesterday, and said, this quarterback competition, this backup quarterback competition, it's a distraction. And Kyle Shanahan is distracting you on purpose with it. You guys in the beat core are like falling for it. You're doing what he wants you to do, which is focus on backup quarterbacks. And you're missing the big story of the offseason for the 49ers. And I said, what do you mean, coach? What's the story? He says, Nick Bosa, not there. And this was yesterday. I was like, they're probably going to extend his contract tonight. He'll probably be there for the first day of pads. And the coach was like, you sure? You sure about that? And I was wrong. I don't know why I assumed that. And so now I think this is what we need to start. We need to talk about this every day. Nick Bosa is not with the 49ers. He's not showing up to camp. He doesn't seem close to coming back. John Lynch has obviously said they're going to sign him eventually. But I asked John Lynch, like, would you like him here so he could actually get into football shape and give himself a better chance to not get injured? It's a guy who's had some serious injuries in his career. And Lynch said, ideally we'd like him to have at least 3 weeks before the season to like be in practice and stuff. So they're already like bargaining with this man. 3 weeks? I don't know. So the way I look at it is, the question is, why isn't Nick Bosa here? Are the Niners lowballing him? I don't think so. Here's my best interpretation. I think the Niners have given Nick Bosa probably a very good offer. Probably a great offer. They're probably have already offered him what he's going to accept eventually. Is Nick Bosa waiting for the Niners to up their offer? Maybe, but probably that's not the main reason he's not there. I think the main reason he's not with the 49ers right now is that he probably doesn't want to be in training camp. Simple as that. Probably doesn't want to do it. And doesn't have to, and so he's not. He knows that the Niners will pay him back for all these fines pretty soon. So who cares? He's also rich already. He comes from a rich household. He's not sweating the money. He'll get the money back. He's going to get the big contract one way or another. Why sign the contract now? What's the rush? Stay at home in Florida. Keep doing that weightlifting routine that is super secret that no other players are allowed to see or participate in. It's just you and your brother and your dad. Keep doing that because that works for you. Don't come here. You're not a leader. You don't have anything to say. You show up, you play football, you're good. I think this is not about the 49ers. I think if we're up to the 49ers, he would be on the field today. I think they were expecting him to be there. Here's the way I looked at it. They had a 9:15 press conference scheduled for John Lynch today. And this was on the thing all week. And as soon as I saw a 9:15 Monday, first day of pads, I'm thinking, oh, they're expecting Bosa to be signed, and he's going to be there. They're going to have a whole coronation. Let's kick off the first day of pads with Nick Bosa here in his extension with his dad and all. Didn't happen. So yesterday afternoon, they changed the schedule, pushed John Lynch back to 9:45. Practice starts at 10:15. So instead of having an hour to talk about how Nick Bosa is going to be here forever, we had a half hour for John Lynch to explain why Nick Bosa isn't here yet. That's what I saw. They were expecting Bosa to be here. I'm sure they gave him the offer that is going to get it done. And Bosa probably unexpectedly said, no, not at this time. I don't want to sign it yet. So we'll sign it eventually. But my interpretation is that he just doesn't want to be in training camp. You know why? Because no one wants to be in training camp. It sucks. It's exhausting. It's a grind. You have to be out there from Bosa's perspective with a bunch of people who aren't as good as him that could get him hurt. Guys trying harder than him, clumsier than him, stepping on his feet, pulling his arms. Weird things happen in training camp. It's just another opportunity to get injured. No one's watching you. It's not fun. It's every day. I don't think he wants to be there. Which is too bad, though, because they're about to pay him like, $40 million a year to be a leader. But hey, maybe the fact that he's extending his offseason in Florida with his, dad and brother, maybe that'll be good for Bosa because I notice he tends to taper off at the end of the year. His best football is September, October, November. December, January, he usually isn't as good. not as strong, doesn't have as much gas in the tank for whatever reason. I have no idea why, but I've noticed it. Like last year, he totally fell off the last 4, 5, 6 games of the season. So like whatever training regimen he has set up in Florida that's super private and secret doesn't quite get him through the full football season anymore. Maybe the full college football season. So now, maybe if he stays in Florida a little longer, an extra month, maybe his endurance will last an extra month. Just a thought. Maybe this is strategic on the side of the Bosas. Maybe this is what we're going to get from him in the future. No more training camp for Nick. Just stay at home in the lab with his dad and his brother, do his own training. See how it works. I mean, the one thing about training camp is that you get in football shape, which John Lynch talked about today. You have to build up a callus. You know, anyone can lift weights and run around, but that's not really football shape. Can you withstand the violence of it? And Bosa is a guy who's had 3 season-ending injuries in his career since high school. 2 torn ACLs and a torn ab muscle thing, core muscle thing. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I wrong? I think it's a Nick Bosa choice. My best guess.